Whovians, hop in your TARDISes. You're listening to another episode of Doctor Doctor, what the
I've heard
fuck?
of kitty cat man, but never puppy dog man.
Doctor, what the fuck is going on this TV show?
Also, Kit from HKIP Discord said that we should say Huvians.
No.
Huvians.
No. Huvians.
Huvians. I like Huvians.
Huvians, hop in your TARDISes?
TARDISes?
No. TARDISes? You're listening to Doctor No, I'm not doing that. They're Whovians.
You just did.
No, it was bad. I don't like it.
No, it was good. You like it.
You just sit down and you listen to it. You're like, oh, this sounds fun, a Doctor Who podcast. And literally the first second, the joke has now been lost because we're not saying the funny line.
Wait.
Huvians.
Sorry.
Huvians.
Sorry, one sec.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
Me? I don't even remember anymore. I'm lost in my own goddamn time stream. I'm Jordan, though, and I don't have it.
The Grand High Gazoo, Sam.
You're the Grand Serpent. I'm the
Grand Serpent.
The Granddad.
This episode sucked. They told me I get to look at a big serpent, and it was just some guy.
Yeah, no.
It was just some bald white guy.
No, it isn't the big funny Elden Ring boss. This episode sucks shit.
Wait, was the bald guy? There was a bald guy.
There is a bald guy. There was a gamer girl.
No, the Grand Serpent had hair. Fuck off.
The Grand Serpent had hair. There was a lot of this episode was about 3 white aliens who stand there and don't do anything. And the doctor's talking at them, but they don't respond until they do, and then they say, Doctor Who?
This is series 13, episode 3. Once, Upon Time. Written by Chris Chibnall, directed by Azure Salim Jordan.
Chris Chibnall is my enemy. I do not like this guy at all. He was great on... Broadchurch was a good TV show. This show, his vision for Doctor Who... throw it away. Get rid of it. Take it off HBO Max.
There's something really interesting about this episode, though.
I guess in the like dictionary definition of the term, there is interesting things happening. But
do you want
what?
Do you want to ask me what it is?
I guess.
This is yet another episode 3 that we've rolled. Isn't that fascinating?
We're lost in the time stream.
We're lost in the time stream of threes.
Do you know that I spent so much time? Time! Oh, by the way, how long did it take for you to decipher the fact that the planet was called Time and it was
called Time?
When that was like right at the end, and it was so late into
Wait, right at the end. Don't they say halfway through the episode there was a planet called Time?
Yeah, I know, but like. And then I was like, oh, planet's called Time. Yeah, why the fuck not? And then once upon
Is that the planet they're on? I'll be honest, I didn't really know what they were talking about.
I think that the city of Atropos is on the planet of Time. Is there going to be a planet called Space, too, and they are at war with each other?
Planet of Space!
I literally was thinking, like, I want to go back and watch the episode.
City of World!
Like, there's probably an episode during, like, David Tennant or Eckelman's season where he fights, like a big poo-poo monster or something like those.
Yeah, probably. I can't see why there wouldn't be.
I want to see the farting Illuminati aliens. I want to see the adipose guys.
Now that you say that, I actually can say 100% certainty that was in Eccleston's season. I remember it.
I want to watch that. I don't want to watch this high concept fucking garbage Chris Chibnall, turn on your location. I want to have a talk with you about the direction of Doctor Who that you were trying to take.
Well, I've got good news for you, bitch. You never gotta watch this episode again.
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna have to watch other parts of this stupid season. It's gonna continue this stupid ass story with its garbage.
What are the odds?
Why is it not enough for a funny, quirky alien to go on a time traveling adventure? Like, why does it have to be Avengers? Why does it have to be that? Why is it not enough, Chris?
I hear you, and I see you.
I know it was funny. It was funny when there was a dog guy.
It was funny when Dan held a big laser axe.
But it wasn't even Dan, my man.
I know, but to me, I saw it with my eyes. He was there on my screen. I saw him and I heard him.
I know we got an image of Dan, the man, holding a big axe, and you could take a screenshot of it and you could send it to our mom and say, "Look at how cool Dan, the man, is in this episode."
Mom, you're British now. What do you think?
I mean, he is a national hero. But I know that that's not really Dan the Man, and all the cool things we're seeing him do he's not really doing them. I mean,
well, then it's a puppy dog man with a big axe.
I mean, the puppy dog man could never kill 100 sea devils in a single swing.
No, I want to do something we don't usually do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say what happens in this episode, because the idea of, like, summarizing it as we go, just nobody's going to know what the fuck we're talking about.
I was thinking about asking you to do this, but I don't know how to summarize what happens in this episode.
It's easy. Shut up and I'll do it. Here we go.
All right.
Here's what happens in this episode.
Okay.
I think. I'm not going to mention Belle. Belle doesn't matter.
No.
Belle will matter later in Flux, okay? We don't need to talk about Belle.
We don't have
Someone
to talk
is
about
somewhere
Belle.
doing something, okay? Here's what's happening.
She's got a fetus Tamagotchi.
Here's what's happening with the Doctor and such. The Doctor and such are being held hostage by some spiky purple people in a temple.
Can you remind our viewers of who such is in this instance?
Yes, we have the 13th Doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker.
Who? Yeah, Jodie.
We have Yaz. We have Dan the Man. And we have Grey Worm from Game of Thrones.
Is that who? Oh, that is Grey Worm from Game of Thrones.
Yes, Vinder is his character's name.
I every time I try to think of his name, it comes out as Velma. That's not his name. His name is Vinder.
We are currently dealing with the repercussions of an event called the Flux, which I think did some bad shit to space. Also, bad shit is happening to time in the form of a time storm.
Because...
Don't worry about it. That's not relevant right now.
Okay.
But the point is, the Doctor is being held hostage along with her companions and Vinder. So the Doctor says, okay, I have an idea. I'm going to pull us all into the eye of the time storm, and in order to get my friends to safety, just for enough time that I can think of something to do, I'm going to push each and every one of them into their time streams.
This is a beloved... We know what it means. Everybody knows what a time stream is.
Which means that they are being ping-ponged back and forth through events of their pasts, presents, and futures. The Doctor is also being ping-ponged, but she's seeing visions that she don't remember, that I assume happened between Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi.
God,
Maybe.
Sucks. It sucks. I hate this.
I think that's enough preface. Just if I didn't say that they're being hidden in their time stream, and I'm doing 500 air quotes here, I think just describing what we see would be probably even less comprehensible than the experience of watching this piece of shit episode. I don't know if I said that yet. This episode sucks.
Put this one in the bin, as they would say in the UK.
It's dumb as fuck.
This episode's shit, and I hated it, and it does literally everything that I hate that Doctor Who does. I
kept saying to myself, maybe the problem is that we're watching it, maybe this is the worst episode to watch in the way that we're watching them. But then I remembered the reviews also said that it was incomprehensible. So, no.
Like, just to take inventory of all the shit, the things that suck about this episode, it's incomprehensible. It's way too serious and it's way too, over important and self-important.
Half of what happens in it doesn't happen and doesn't matter.
Actually happen. All of the Doctor Who monsters appear meaninglessly.
They retcon everything that's ever happened.
And I was like, well, at the end of the day, at least this is something that the Doctor is trying to fix and not something that is revolving around the Doctor. And then they're like, and also this is happening because of you. This is happening to stop you.
Yeah, well, I'll say, and I know that you've gone on record as saying that you don't personally care for the story arcs of Doctor Who.
I don't like it.
I'm personally intrigued by what was going on with the Doctor's past.
This whole thing, apparently this is a thing on Doctor Who, is that they're secret doctors, secret other doctors.
The War Doctor.
There was the War Doctor, now there was the Fugitive Doctor. It feels like It feels like a fucking, it feels like a DLC or something, like an expansion pack that I have to pay for to figure out.
Okay, but
about.
we know that the Doctor has like 1,200 unaccounted for years.
I thought that after 13, she's supposed to stop. I thought there was.
I guess the 13th Doctor is actually the 14th Doctor, or maybe the 15th Doctor. I don't know.
Why don't they count? Why doesn't the War Doctor? This is literally like last week when we were making jokes about the Doctor re-rolling. Like this Yeah.
Can I explain it to you in terms that might make sense to you but will make sense to me?
As a gamer?
The 13th Doctor
Uh-huh.
is to the Fugitive Doctor.
Oh, God.
As Kingdom Hearts 2 is to Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. It still happened. It just wasn't a numbered one.
And the War Doctor is 300 days.
358 days over 2. Which, if you want to hear us talk about it on Sounds of My Light, that's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I feel like you're going to be on that one for a while, huh? I feel like that one's.
Maybe like 3 episodes, but sure.
Oh, okay.
We're not doing it day by day, if that's what you're thinking.
Each episode's a day. Hold on a second. Cats is doing things.
Ooh, you're watching Cats?
Hello, Cat. Let's stop doing these things you're doing. Whoa. Yeah,
Skimbleshanks, he's here to stay. He's riding the train just about every day.
She's exiled. Where to fucking begin with this piece of shit episode, Sam?
Well, let's start with the previously on, in as much as I could be bothered to take notes on it, because I literally got dizzy watching it.
I personally think that to best give our listeners the experience, we should just play the audio in its entirety. It's like a minute and a half or something, and it's just phrase after phrase after phrase of nothing.
When I edit, I'll decide if I want to put in a clip of it. I'm not going to put the whole thing in.
The whole thing.
What's the Flux?
This is Serving Commander Instant V Vinder, leaving his post.
5.
So, we still on for Halloween drinks?
8 o'clock.
Don't keep me waiting, you.
I am. Come on in. 4.
And we're back.
Did you like it?
So there's a doggy dog man, and Dan is supposed to meet Diane from Legend of the Sea Devils, who I thought was his ex-wife, but she's not.
The mystery.
That was literally the first 2 things that happened of 500, and I stopped taking notes there.
The mystery of who is Diane hangs over my head. Is she a friend that he is in love with? Is she an ex-girlfriend?
I think they're co-workers.
I think they might be co-workers.
I think they're co-workers who are love interests of each other.
Dan is like... He's like nice guy mode, like quote unquote nice guy mode, where he's like he's like, here's a coffee. Tell me about that date. I don't want to date you. Haha. I want to hear about your dates. Haha.
He's nice Dan the nice man.
He's nice. He's Dan the nice guy man.
We start the episode proper with Belle's story, which I know because it says Belle's story in gigantic letters
Belle's story.
on the screen.
This character is like, I was getting big, like, I just watched Star Wars sequels and I want to make my own version of Rey or something. She's just like a post-apocalyptic spacefaring girl. Pilot. She's got a Tamagotchi
Little
fetus.
robot.
Tamagotchi fetus. Katniss Everdeen. It's post-apocalyptic. I thought she was on Earth
you
for a
can
while.
literally see in my notes. I'll just read exactly what I wrote, and you can see where my reaction was to what happens in the episode. Belle narrates about how big changes start small, and oh my fucking god, there's like $20.
Remember, it's so cheap now. It's so cheap because
no, they're gold Daleks. They're extra expensive.
Fuck you. It's I know we haven't even seen it yet, but there was a fucking Eckelman episode where there was one Dalek and it was a very big problem, and now it's just like, we are here,
Remember us, bitches?
Are you ready for 1 million Daleks?
We're gold now.
We are the wealthy Daleks.
Extravagant.
There's so many. And then Belle's like,
but hey,
Yeah.
You might be thinking this is far too many Daleks, but Belle like looks at a space map and is like, the Dalek sector is growing by the day.
And then the sun goes out. Just like, time's fucked up. And I like to imagine this world that Belle lives in is like Doctor Who Disneyland, because she goes from like Dalek sector to Cyberman Island, to what were the
It's a world of darlings, a world of angels.
To Weeping Angel, the Weeping Peninsula. Have you seen the Sundar? Have we seen Sundarans
No,
yet?
I heard the name and I said, let me note this for later.
Do you know what the Santarans look like? You're gonna get a kick out of it. Don't look it up.
Does that mean that they have really long legs?
No, but they do have some funny proportions. Also there's like a
really tall heads.
A blue cloud of nanomachines or something.
Yeah, my theory was that was time.
What is
time
time?
is fucked up and it's like corrupted and it's trying to eliminate stuff that's not supposed to exist or something.
I thought there was a line that they were like, that's the time, the time quantum ravagers or something. The ravagers are her guy. Or is
no,
the
ravagers are the
guy?
ones who are holding the Doctor hostage.
And there's one named Azure, and there's one named
Rav. No, it's like Azure and Slap or something.
Slap.
What is his name?
Azure and Prentice.
It's like Scump or something. What the fuck is his name?
Something like Scump.
Swarm. It's Swarm.
Swarm. But then they're the rabbit. Listen,
wait,
guys.
Wait. Sorry, their names are Azure and Swarm, and there's swarms of Azure things.
Right, and there's time and
I don't want to talk about this episode anymore.
I know.
I tried to act like I did, but I really don't.
This episode sucks. I hate this.
Okay, Belle's motivation is that she's in love with someone and she wants to get to him and find him.
She won't
It's Vinder. It's Vinder, okay? Vinder is her husband or whatever.
She will not say, because she's like, hello, my love, who I will not say your name for the viewers to keep it a surprise.
They act like it's some big, like, ooh, who is it? It's like, well, if it's not Vinder, then it's nobody.
Also, for the record, Vinder is like a steampunk space pilot man. He's like a space pilot man in a steampunk
I don't think he's steampunk. He's like Warhammer.
He's like Warhammer. Yeah, he's like Duned up or something. Like, I don't know what is going on. He works for... Fuck. How do we talk about this episode? I feel like
this is the part where
you fall
didn't
down and
like
bleed
it,
to
as
death.
with all the other parts, because the Doctor is narrating about how smart she is, but
when is she not
literally,
doing that?
I said it before, I got dizzy taking notes on this episode. The Doctor is talking so fast for no reason. She's like, I've always been a very fast thinker. I've always been able to get myself out of any mess. But now there's spiky purple people holding my friends hostage. There's got to be a way out. You know, you're never supposed to put yourself in the way of a time storm unless there's no alternative. You know, my good friend John Burroughs once told me, leap and the net will appear.
God.
Of course, he wasn't talking about a literal net, but
also,
I think...
Can we please... I would give anything to be looking at Matt Smith right now on my TV as Doctor
I want to get
Who.
Matt Smith on the podcast again. Not literally.
Not literally. I mean that would be fucking crazy, but no.
Hey, if he's up for it.
Yeah, Matt, give us a call. I know you got nothing else to do. But I want to see, like, him go, shut up! Oh, I'm doing a thing! I'm thinking! I'm doing a thing, and with my brain! Please.
We'd be like, Matt, do you want to come on the podcast? Quick question before, though. Are you proud of Doctor Who? He's like, yeah, very. Never mind.
He must be. Mind. Surely. Surely you can't play this role and not be proud of it unless you're Christopher Eccleston. Unfortunately.
So, okay. She uses her sonic screwdriver to open up a hole in time.
Why can she do that? It's so badly presented, too. She just points it down at the ground and she's in time now.
I just pushed the open time button.
Oh, what setting is that one, Doctor? How many button presses does it take for you to do that bullshit? This is the
main button. Yeah.
I hate this episode.
And she pulls them into the void with her, and she says that they're sheltering in broken time while she thinks of a way to get out of this mess.
And then there's a weeping angel
and then
there.
There's a fucking weeping angel. Bullshit.
I want to go back in time.
You, the show, I'm pointing at the show. You told me that the weeping angels were unwritten from time forever.
I want to go back and I want to make Stephen Moffat not write Blink. I want to get rid of that one. Get rid of it. I don't want it anymore. I'm sick of the...
But they're so iconic. Let's just do it again. Let's just do more weeping angels.
Let's just put them in.
I will say,
people
the
like
weeping
them.
angels as ridiculous as it is that they exist at all again, they get 2 of my absolute favorite moments in this piece of shit episode.
They're in video games now. Why? Blink is such a classic, beloved episode. It's such a cool episode. I can't wait to talk about it. Why?
It's going to be really funny if we get it next week.
And it's I was going to say, what if it sucks and we don't like it? But like, why can't they just let it be? Why can't they just let Chris put the pencil down? Take a deep breath. Make up your own shit.
Chris is out. It's Rusty. Rusty's back.
I don't know if Rusty's going to do a good job though.
Well,
I don't know if Rusty's going to do a job. Why does new Doctor... Here's what they need to do. They need to take this show's fucking money away. It got too... Seriously. They have been resting on a big fucking Scrooge McDuck money bin for too long. And they forgot what it was like to have to make an episode.
Defund Doctor Who.
Defund Doctor... This is the only thing that matters that we get defund is Doctor Who. It's the only thing we need to get rid of the budget of. It's got too much money and it sucks.
Demilitarize the Doctor, I say, as we go to the Doctor standing with her Space Marine companions.
Oh my god.
Doing military jargon outside of a temple that I think is the same temple.
It's the Temple of Atropos, who, by the way, the Temple of Atropos is where the Mori live, who are
Maruri. What?
They're white aliens. They're white aliens, and they're
not white aliens. They're gold aliens wearing white robes.
They're white aliens, and they're white and gold.
No, they got fucking gold faces.
They're black and blue aliens, and they literally all they do by design. Literally, all they do is they stand there. That's their job.
You are going to feel so silly when we next week watch Series 13, Episode 2, First Upon Space, where the Maruris are holding guns and doing yo-yo tricks.
They're literally, they stand there and they keep time good, and they live in the Temple of Atropos in this planet called Time, and the Doctor is there with Yaz, Dan, and Velma, and they're all there in their cool post-apocalyptic warrior, like, super cop outfits with big guns.
Or are they?
Big guns. They're not, though. And the Doctor is having, like, time goof-em-ups, and Yaz and Dan and co are like, oh, she's experiencing temporal hazing. And
it's revealed later that whenever the Doctor jumps to a vision of her and the 3 of them as Space Marines, this is a vision from her past that she doesn't remember, so she's projecting herself and her current friends onto the people who are actually here, which is some puppy dog men.
The fugitive Doctor. Aren't you interested in who this is? Because
I am. I hate this episode, but I am intrigued by the concept of the fugitive Doctor.
I don't give a shit about the fugitive Doctor.
I give a shit about the fugitive Doctor.
If she don't got a number in front of her name, I don't give a fuck. Get out of here with this bullshit.
Okay, I guess you're never going to play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep then.
It's different. It's different, and I don't like the show lying to me. I don't like the show lying to me about the numbering of the Doctors. Because now...
That's assuming that is what's actually going on. We don't know yet, but...
Maybe... my theory is that this Doctor exists only in this timeline that will be unwritten at the end of Flux.
In this timeline!
Like, we know that they're getting visions of their future, so I think that the fugitive Doctor is like, what if Jodie died in this universe and regenerates as the fugitive Doctor in the future, and then once they fix it all, there will have been no fugitive Doctor. That's my theory.
And then the fugitive Doctor pulls off her mask and reveals that she's actually David Tennant.
Oh my god.
So Yaz injects the Doctor with something. I say Yaz, but it's actually a puppy dog man.
They have like they're all puppy dog men, and they all have like big guns, and they have like, Yaz is like, I've got some temporal charges in case it gets a little nasty in there.
I have to use my time bullets.
Yeah, this is... The only thing that would make this episode worse is if Kyle was here on the podcast being
what if time could be a place? If time was a state of gun?
Also, and this is how much I hate this episode. I am not even basking in the delight of when the doctor flashes back, flashes forward, flashes sideways into whatever the fuck is going on. She literally says, where is this? Where are we? And more importantly, when are we? And I feel nothing.
I can't believe I almost missed that. But yeah, she does say, where is this and when is this?
She says it, and they say it every episode, but this time I wasn't even enjoying it. I had no fun.
Move over, grapefruit.
Fuck off. Okay, now we're
so the doctor remembers that she's a military epic, and she's here to shoot hostages, chew universe, and save Timelgum.
They're here to save hostages, and the hostage scenario is maybe the funniest shit I ever seen.
They put all the hostages in a hard drive.
They put all the hostages in a guy so that they can have so many hostages.
They fed the hostages to a guy.
It's so shocking.
Dan is waiting for Diane. Diane.
Yeah. He's waiting.
Whoa,
Diane,
him.
She's him in the future. Dan is getting. This is like funny. He's like, "Ooh, I accidentally got your favorite coffee that you like. 2 of them. Haha. How was your date? Haha. I should say, by the way, whatever Screen Rant, like fucking Reddit bullshit, like Dan the man is like the worst companion. Maybe they should have watched the show out of order, because to me, Dan is like the best part of this era of Doctor Who.
He's just a nice, charming weirdo.
He's just a nice, he's a lad. He's just a lad. He's just one of the lads, and I love him. He's just one of the guys, and we needed this. We just needed a guy.
I like the effect of this. I don't like that it's used in such a stupid fucking way that sucks.
That's 2 words you'll never hear me say about this episode, which is the phrase I like.
I like the effect. Okay. I would like it if it was in a good episode where Dan, like, hands Diane the coffee and we're doing like a shot reverse shot, but when we cut, they're in a completely different place and time, and he's like, whoa. I think that that's a cool effect.
That, you know, it is interesting, I suppose, but like also.
Oh, you just said you love it. You just said you love the whole episode.
No,
you just said that you like that the Weeping Angels are back.
I love that they're so fucking cool, dude. They show up and you know, they say don't blink at them, but then you could look away from them and it doesn't matter. You can look away from the Weeping Angels
ironic,
now.
Though?
What?
I guess it's not ironic. It's just really, really cool.
It's so cool.
Because Dan asks Diane how her date was. And this is where we kind of start to get a sense of like, oh, he likes her and she likes him, but like she's dating someone else, and he's like, well, I don't want to get in the way. Like, whatever. But she says, oh, it was okay. To be honest, he was so boring I fell asleep on my pizza, which is really funny because I actually fell asleep on my pizza while I was watching this episode.
I think when I was a youngin', I did actually fall asleep on a pizza one time. So that was really relatable for me. Yeah. I gotta say, date falling asleep on a pizza is about as bad as a date could go.
Unless that was the goal.
They crawl onto a big pizza, like a bed-sized pizza. They pull
That's
up
true.
The blankets.
If the pizza is a big bed,
and there's only
then
one
that's
pizza,
about as good as a date can go.
Yeah. Oh, and then she's like, Dan, you're such a nice guy, capital N, capital G. Why aren't you married? And then he's
okay,
like,
don't capitalize Dan's N and G
Dan.
nice guy. He is a nice guy.
He's not a nice guy. He's a nice guy. he's like, he was like, I was almost married 15 years ago. I almost got married, but
until my fiance Amy Pond vanished one day.
Yeah, she left me for this dude named Rory who was not her fiance. He just got on. He was an unrelated guy who got on the TARDIS with her, and then they got married, and a bunch of shit happened. Oh my God.
That reminds me, because I said coworkers. I had a theory that I think that was my main theory. This
is the main thing I want to theorize about this piece of shit episode is who is Diane?
My guess is that they were childhood friends.
This is a good
who
theory.
Have recently reconnected as adults. That's my theory. And they always kind of liked each other, but they never like went for it. They never were honest about their feelings, and now they're both afraid to tell the truth, which that they want to go to sleep on a big pizza. They want to lift up the cheese like a blanket and go to sleep between the cheese and the sauce.
Very, very much. They get into the big pizza and they go to sleep together. And then 9 months later, a pizza baby comes out.
9 months later, she gives birth to a big, beautiful, healthy slice of pepperoni.
She gives birth to Pizza the Hut, and that's where he comes from. And then he's like talking to Diane, and then he looks up, and then they're in Dune World again. It's all Dune. It's all fucking deep. It's like all weird sci-fi bullshit. And she's like, where were you? You didn't come. You missed our date.
Kyle?
Kyle
XY?
You abandoned me, Dan the man. What is time?
There's a weird shadowy figure, and this is another one where I'm just going to tell you what's going on here, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. There's a weird shadowy figure that appears. We will later find out, or maybe we were already supposed to know, I don't know. But these are the, like, golems that they put hostages in, because they're not guys, they're like weird pocket dimension
they're guys that you put guys in.
So Diane disappears.
They're like,
which we later find out was her literally being kidnapped and put into one. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's just move past that.
Azure and Dancer and Crasher and Blitzen are like, we know what we can do to defeat the Doctor. We must kidnap the love interest of Dan the Man.
The key to the Doctor's downfall is Diane from Earth.
I can't wait for.
But then what happens is that an image of the Doctor appears. She's like hologramified. This is the Doctor trying to poke her way into everyone else's time streams, and she says, "Hi, bye."
That's
then
a lot of this episode is the Doctor saying hi, bye.
The Doctor, I'll say this.
Yeah.
This is a point of praise.
He's saying it.
This is a point of praise. I liked the dialogue here in terms of how, like, goofy and inane it is, because it's Yaz, who is a cop, sitting next to the Doctor, who is a cop. Of course, we find out that this is actually a projection of the Doctor over Yaz's police cop partner. But the Doctor, who is actually Yaz's partner, is, like, ranting and ranting and ranting. And you're like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, she's like, oh yeah, and this stupid lady, she was like, it costs more than that. And I'm like, well, then I'm gonna leave. And you're like, what is she talking about? And then at the end, she's like I'm gonna get that worked up about the price of a Satsuma, you know? And you're like, that is the worst story I've ever heard.
Is that, which would you rather watch right now on TV? Would you rather watch the Doctor as a cop talking about the price of Satsumas, or would you rather watch Rhubarb and Ben from the episode Horror of Party Rock, Anthem of Party Rock, talking about what version of a lighthouse is better?
Which one? Price of Satsuma is better.
Fuck you. The fact that oh my god, I can't wait to watch more Fang Rock. I can't wait to watch an episode that makes sense.
I got COVID, so I wouldn't have to watch it again.
I just want to watch. I was just thinking about this. Okay, thinking about this. You are a person watching Doctor Who. You are a Doctor Who fan. Imagine this. Imagine you have an completely uncritical relationship with this show.
Okay.
And imagine...
Unimaginable, but I'll imagine it.
You are watching this episode, and you go to talk to your friend Billy No Mates on the schoolyard because you are in middle school. Because that's the only person that would be an uncritical fan of Doctor Who at this point, is a middle schooler. And you are like, did you catch Once Upon Time last night? And then you discuss it. What are you discussing? What is there to talk about?
I'm a little bit lost in this scenario because nobody liked this episode.
I'm just so confused. What happened here? I'm just saying, like,
what happened? Well, so the Doctor used her sonic screwdriver to open up a hole.
What I'm saying is, you could sit down and be like, "Hey, that Gridlocked episode was pretty crazy, huh? They were a big traffic jam. We got to see Catboy Ardalo Hanlon. There was mood drugs. That was kind of pointless." And then it's like, "Did you catch Once Upon a Time? They were talking about Satsumas. There was a guy that you put other guys into. There was a dude who looked kind of like Tim Shaw, but not." Was this pre-Tim Shaw? I can't
That's
remember.
why this episode is bad, is because Tim Shaw isn't in it.
I wish Tim Shaw was in it, honestly. Okay, what happens now?
Is that the end of your... I don't know if I quite understood your
I'm
question.
just fine. I've got nothing. I thought I was making a point, but I think I'm just angry. I think I'm just worked up about how shitty this stupid TV show is right at this point where we're watching it.
Anyway, Yaz looks at the doctor, who is actually her partner again, and then she looks in the mirror and sees a weeping angel, and she's like,
Yaz
what's that?
Yaz is the doctor's partner. They're girlfriends.
I meant police. And the doctor reappears and is like, there's a barrier keeping me out of your time stream. Don't look at that thing, though. Bye.
Ah, weeping angel.
Or don't stop looking. Whatever.
Okay,
now it's Vinder time.
Now we're on the planet of Arrakis. We're in Dune. There's two people in Dune. It just looks like Dune, and it's very funny to me because I think this did come out before the very good Dune movie, but that's kind of the aesthetic that it's going for. Is like they're all in like these old kind of Victorian inspired sci-fi military uniforms. There's probably some epaulets that I didn't somewhere.
They were all wearing invisible epaulets.
Yeah, they're we know that they're there even if the costume didn't include them.
It's like when you have a dream where you wake up and you're like, oh man, I know that my dad was there. I didn't see him, but I knew he was there. I knew that they were all wearing epaulets.
They were dream epaulets, and Yaz is there, but she's not actually there. It's just that Yaz. They didn't want to pay another actor, I guess.
No, they do, because Yaz
pay
is
for him
projected
for
on top of the other guy in the same way that the doctor is projected on top of Yaz's partner in the last scene.
For 4 seconds is what I'm saying. They pay for him for 4 seconds, and he shows up for a couple frames, and then
Yaz fades back into this guy, and he just goes, and then she becomes Yaz.
It's like I don't know, it's like a speed run. They're fucking up with their frame data or something. It's like tool assisted.
Vinder,
We've got to build up speed for 12 hours and then we can get out of this stupid episode. Vinder is like a cool, epic,
he's like a war hero pilot.
And he is achieving his dream job, I guess, of being the right-hand man, maybe the personal guard. I guess
he's the bodyguard.
He's apparently
the Grand Serpent.
The Grand Serpent. Oh, the thing I was going to tell you is that ever since we talked about Remembrance of the Daleks, I've gotten so much better at rolling my R's. It's so
and I haven't.
I have the Seventh Doctor to thank for that, Brigadier. And I can't do it now. I can't. The Brigadier is a word that I can't roll my. It's very. You know what I found, Sam, is that your ability to roll your R's depends a lot on whether the consonant before it is voiced or unvoiced. Right. So
the doctor. We go back to the doctor with her Space Marine friends. They're getting tactical. Dan says that Dan. This was a note that I had that I was like, this will matter later, probably. No. Dan says he has more nitro bullets, which will slow down everything in the area except for them. Doesn't get used.
Why
bring it up?
I really thought it was going to get used. They gotta find the Ravagers, they gotta find Azure, they gotta find Stamper, they gotta find Markiplier.
They blow the door open, and then the doctor reappears in the time void.
We get to see the white and the blue and black aliens standing there.
Okay, they are called Mori.
They're called Mori. They're very big, and
she says that they're supersized Mori, so they're not usually big.
And the doctor
for whatever
spends
that's
a lot
worth.
of time talking at the Mori, and the Mori spend a lot of time standing there not talking to the doctor. And then
usually she'll be like, I need you to help us. And then the Mori will be like, nah.
Well, they don't say nah, they just stand there. They're basically big statues.
But they tell her, they do talk here because they tell her that she's playing a dangerous game. But she says, I can do this. I can absorb it. Which I don't know.
I don't know what it
she's
means,
talking
what
about,
she's
and I
absorbing.
also don't care. So
we're back outside in the room with the time cops who are the doctor, and also Yazdan and Velma Vinder, and they're all there. Is this the part where later one of the Ravagers, I think it's Stamper, it gives the stupidest and worst monologue in the history of television, and I can't wait to talk about it, but not
of
yet.
all time,
Of all
one
time.
might say. This is where the Doctor looks in a mirror and she sees a reflection that's
Of a
some
different
other
lady.
lady. And
It's the fugitive doctor.
yeah, the subtitles call her the Fugitive Doctor. The Fugitive Doctor is like, why are you in my reflection? And the Doctor's like, no, you're in my reflection.
What if the fugitive doctor is the ganger doctor after the ganger doctor dies and he regenerates into the fugitive doctor, but because their time and
Oh, you mean
time-
Dr. Granger?
Yeah, Dr. Granger. Fuck. I
So-
want a Matt Smith episode so bad. Give me back to stupid Doctor Who, please.
So the Doctor realizes that she is in a memory of hers. This is her past, but she doesn't remember this.
When
so
she
she's
was
like,
a
this
time
must be
cop.
This must be from the 11 or 1200 years where I wasn't Peter Capaldi yet. Why don't I remember it? Very much like, what's his name?
Who?
Who's the guy who has no memories for like a year?
Kyle XY?
No, that's the guy who has no memories forever. The guy
From Doctor Who?
He's from Doctor Who. He's the guy,
Papafano!
the con man,
The con... Oh, Jack Harkness.
Jack Harkness.
Jack... A game of blackjack Harkness.
Yeah, they just did Jack Harkness's story again, but for the Doctor. Maybe. I don't know.
Chris, don't do this to me, please. Christopher.
So this is where the Doctor starts to realize that this is not a memory of her with Yaz, Dan, and Vinder, because Yaz is being like kind of an asshole to Dan, and she's like, Yaz wouldn't be mean to Dan. We love Dan.
Man.
Who are you people, really?
And they keep, every time she says that, they're like, temporal hazing. She's got the, what do we do if our commander has temporal hazing? We're gonna have to relieve her of duty.
Excuse me, Mrs. Fugitive Doctor. But Vinder here, he's like, take it easy, boss. Like, we're almost done. Like, and don't forget, if we finish this mission, you're clear. They promised, remember? So now I'm like, oh, now she's also River Song.
Can we come up with an original idea, Chris?
They just remixed all of the Doctor's companions to be the Fugitive Doctor, whoever that is.
She's just like, oh, and I love to swing a big baseball bat, and I'm like a primitive tribal lady, and
I call people dirty stinking grass.
And I have an imaginary friend who visited me every day. Except that didn't happen to Amy Pond.
And I'm the man.
Then she pulls out a sword and she kills 100 sea devils.
So Dan, speaking of Dan, this one I have no idea what the fuck was going on here, which is saying something for this episode. He's like running through some tunnels, and he kind of has a moment where he's
weird.
like, wait, how did I get here and what am I running from? And he bumps into like a Dickensian gentleman with a comedy laser gun.
He's got a big laser gun and he's like, my name is Sir Walter Wibbenbiddlesdale, and I'm from Mason Street. And then Dan's like, hey, that's where I'd live nearby. And that's it. So I think that
But the guy doesn't introduce himself because he's like, hey, oi, you there, Mr. the Man. Are you forgetting your task? And Dan's like, what? What? And he's like, Mason Street. And Dan's like, Mason Street? I live by Mason Street. And then the guy's like, well, we're a long way from Mason Street.
And then the big blue time dust comes back. This is going to be a weird podcast episode to listen to, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. Just watch Once Upon a Time and you'll know what we're talking about.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You've got better things to do with those 49 minutes of your life that you never get back.
The fancy man refers to the blue shard things as mites, and he says that they remove people and objects from this mortal plane. And then he's like, uh-oh, look out. And he like pulls Dan back, and Dan like kind of stumbles into another time. Now he's in a city at night. And
the doctor like chastises him because he keeps moving around. He won't hold
fidgeting
still
out
in
of
time.
his time stream, she says. Maybe implying that last vision was like, he wasn't supposed to be there, I guess.
I hope that they never... I mean, there was a thing later with Yaz where she's like, this is not my beautiful house, this is not my beautiful wife.
But don't forget, the doctor said that they could be in their futures.
Right, so this is Dan's futures. He's like on Mars with a Dickensian gentleman with a big gun. You'll understand in the Dan special episode.
Then we get another, it's back to Belle, and when it's time for Belle, they put up a big, like, splash screen with, like, bold yellow text that is just a waste of my time. Sector coordinates, boop, bleep, blop, blow.
She's in an ever-shrinking universe, as time itself is falling apart. She left Dalek Island, and now she's in Cyberland. Okay,
it's so funny, though, because she's narrating, she's like, I found this ship, a relic of the Lupari. Do you know the Lupari?
No.
I don't know if we know the Lupari.
Probably.
And she's like, I got out of the Dalek sector, and I came to this next planet, thinking it just might be my sanctuary. And then she, like, pushes through some trees and sees a goddamn
that
army.
Just happened. It's so many Cybermen. It's like
army of Cybermen. And she's like, well, never mind then.
Well... They're right behind me, aren't they? It's literally, it's like, what's cooler than 5 Cybermen? 5,000 Cybermen!
True.
Yeah!
Hell yeah. She also, this is the first time we see her weird Tamagotchi, which she calls Tigme. You're saying that this is the fetus? She's pregnant. We find out later she's pregnant.
We find out she's pregnant because she rubs she belly, the universal sign of pregnancy.
Okay, you say that, but she says in the most unnecessarily blatant way possible. She's narrating and she's like, I'm on my way, Vinder. Me and our as yet unborn child.
As yet unborn child really stuck with me. No, so she rubs she belly, she as if yet unborn child, but this little Tamagotchi is like, it's got a little face and it's got like a beating heart thingy. I think this is like...
I think you're right, yeah.
This is like her fetus Tamagotchi. What is this? Why is this a thing? It also doesn't look like it fits in anywhere, like aesthetically it just doesn't fit in.
It's fine, I don't mind it.
And if her
I've got bigger concerns with this episode.
Everything sucks. Can we just randomly generate another episode already?
She mentions that she was told that Atropos had fallen by a creature in a bar. I don't know if that's important to note, but there you go. We go to the Grand Serpent in a golden room.
So this part is really funny because the Grand Serpent is like he's like a guy. He's like the president of Dune. And he's there and he's like, all right, you're my bodyguard. I need you to press the record button and stand here and do nothing. And then
I gotta say, no offense to Vinder. Vinder's a fucking idiot.
Yes, offense to Vinder. I'm offending. I want to offend
He is
Vinder.
Like shaken. He's like, I can't believe that my boss would be
evil,
immoral. My boss, the Grand Serpent. Who is like the galactic president whose fucking bedroom is like entirely gold plated. Also, he seemed so nice.
When he like gets the job offering, not Yaz is like, you know, the
Grand Serpent is evil, Vinder.
Yeah. What happens is like they're having a meeting and the Grand Serpent is like the Grand Bastard of Eastwick is like we shelter the people and they bring in the food that will that they offer food to solve our food crisis. And then Vinder's like, yes, everybody benefits from this arrangement. Then the Grand Serpent's like, did I ask you to speak? You are nothing. You are a bodyguard.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, by the way. What was the thing that he was mad about? Was he mad that Vinder spoke out of turn at all? Or was he mad that Vinder implied that he, the Grand Serpent, wasn't taking advantage of someone?
I think that food security is not a thing that benefits the Grand Serpent.
Excellent, sir. Everyone wins. No, they don't. Only I win. Fuck off.
No, it's like he benefits from not everybody having enough food, is what I'm thinking. That's my thought of it.
So we go to Yaz, who it turns out is a gamer, and she's
playing. Maybe this is in her future, but she's playing like Call of Duty for the Xbox.
She's playing Medal of Honor 1/2.
I know. It looks I love fake video games in TV shows that look like shit, but what if there was like a low poly Weeping Angel?
Hey, do you remember on Kyle XY when they were playing Cameo
Get
Elements
X-Guy
of
in the
Power
corner.
and we saw the screen and they're just like rolling around in circles doing nothing and like throwing icicles at the wall?
Did we know Yaz had a sister? Have we met this character
I
before?
don't know that her sister has been mentioned, but basically what's going on here is her sister is trying to become an epic gamer to impress a boy, so she's like, Yaz, I need you to show me how games...
This prompted me, by the way, to rewatch the classic video Retsupre's Love is a Battlefield, which
so good.
It never stops hitting. It really...
I think about it all the time, unfortunately. Do you want to read my note here that starts with Yaz's sister becomes the doctor?
Yaz's sister becomes the doctor and tells her some fucking shit. Oh my god, I can't write about this anymore.
That's where I was at.
There's a Weeping Angel in the Weeping Angel video game. They're playing that SCP video game that everybody is always talking about. They're playing Slender Man and Weeping Angel's there, and the doctor's like, this is where the doctor explains that she's hiding them in their past, present, and future, Khaleesi. And then a Weeping Angel shows up in the video game, and when a Weeping Angel is in the video game,
why doesn't she just shoot it?
Shoot it! And then she, like... Every time a Weeping Angel shows up in this episode, the doctor says, Weeping Angel, don't blink! And then they seem to just, like, look away to no consequence. But okay, whatever.
If you had told me just a few short days ago that you would be using the phrase every time a Weeping Angel shows up in this episode, I would have said that would be 0 times.
0 times. They got
why would there be any times that happens? No, it's
for
like
the
4
record,
times.
Sam. For the record, I don't know. I know that those Weeping Angels got unwritten from existence. I don't know if there was any others hanging out in the. I don't know if that was all the Weeping Angels that exist in the universe.
So the angel then pops out of the TV. And the doctor is like, you have to close the game. So she does, but the Weeping Angel is still standing there.
Then for some reason quitting the game. This is like a Ben Drown moment, like the fucking, or the Sonic doll on the bed moment, but she turns off she closes the game and it's still there, but then she unplugs the console. Like, I smashed up my NES to end this hellish nightmare.
I do like the moment where she destroys the Xbox.
And then her sister's like, hey, I was playing.
If you didn't want to teach me to play, you could have just said so.
That just happened. Now we're
but destroying the console does. Turning off the console doesn't do anything, but destroying it does get rid of the Weeping Angel, so that's good.
It's that easy.
Also, as you said,
so easy.
I mean, you talked on the Flesh and Stone episode about how the Weeping Angels get worse over time, and how they're like really cool the first time, and then they make them worse the next time.
They get worse.
You said, she looks away from the angel like 7 times in this scene, and nothing fucking happens.
If you look away from the Weeping Angel for a second, you're dead. They're literally, it's a fucking joke at this point, where like genuinely, once again, I keep thinking of this episode as like, you're on a ride at Disneyland, and the Weeping Angel shows up, and the doctor, like, on the screen is like, Weeping Angel, don't blink! And then everyone's like,
not even a joke, argue that Disneyland rides, for the most part, are like better written and plotted than this episode.
Like, it's the one thing. It's the one thing. You gotta look at a Weeping Angel. It's just like, it's so tired of itself. Why did they put them in if they're not even gonna do the thing?
The doctor, before she disappears, just like pulls this out of her ass and says, if the angel gets you, Yaz, it'll propel you back in time.
Oh,
what?
Okay. Actually, Sam, and I hate to break it to you, and I didn't want to, this is actually what Weeping Angels do.
Is that what they do?
So, yeah, it was a thing that I think I may have hinted at in a Flesh and Stone episode about how weird it is that the Weeping Angels in that episode just broke their necks.
Because you did say like, oh, it sucks that they just snap your neck
now. Yeah, Weeping Angels, when they get you, they send you back in time. That's the original thing.
Okay, fucking big deal. Ryan did that in the Rosa Parks episode.
Ryan's the most powerful bus driver, but he better not be like that racist dude. Because holy shit,
Can you imagine if Yaz looks away and she just gets sent back in time and fucking Klasky is there and she's like, oh, come on, you again?
God damn it, that they have to work together. She has to learn to work with the racist and they
But then she teaches him that racism is bad.
They come to understand each other. He learns that all
and that's why they're called
good.
the Weeping Angels, because they solve racism.
It's so beautiful. It's like the movie The Green Book. We can come to understand one another. Beautiful.
This episode sucks. Why didn't they do that instead? Can we move on?
Yeah, can we move on to the end of the episode?
No, the Doctor is back on Atropos, but in the past with the Marines, not in the present with the Maori. No, the Mori.
The Maori, yeah, not the Maori.
The Mori.
Not the Maori.
The Doctor return. I'm literally just reading my notes now. This episode has broken my brain.
We're not in New Zealand, Sam. We're on the planet known as Time in the
Doctor
city
returns
of
to
Atropos,
where she meets the Ravagers. She rolls her eyes at how proud they are and tells them again to surrender, and maybe they'll have mercy. In the middle of telling the Ravagers
oh my
how
god,
fucked
no,
they are.
this is the funniest shit ever, though. Hold on, I want to talk about this for a second. Because the Doctor's a cop now. She's a time cop, and that's really cool. We love our cops on this podcast. And she says, like, if you give up now, we'll only imprison you or execute you. There are way worse sentences. We could unwrite you from existence. We could put you in a solitary for the remainder, for the entire duration of the universe.
Can you imagine if someone did that?
That's what this episode feels like to me.
Can you imagine if Graham
Can you imagine
did that?
if Graham did that to Tim Shaw and that was somehow better than killing him, Doctor?
He likes it. There's an Xbox in there. He can play Medal of Honor 1.5.
He can play Weeping Angel Blaster.
Don't blink.
I guess that's just like the fucking you press the start button.
So the Ravager named Swarm is like,
Swarm,
you think that we've lost, but we have so many hostages. And he walks over to the shadowy golem thing, which he calls the passenger, and he reveals that they have 5 passengers, each of which has hundreds of thousands of hostages. He says that they are prisons with endless capacity, and then he karate chops one of them and it explodes.
This reminds me of and not to talk about our last podcast, but I always get a kick out of like when a piece of media tries to like impress us in this way but just by doing something with a big number. Like in the Kyle XY fanfic we read where they were like, it's the best supercomputer. It's the 12th best supercomputer ever made. This is like, what's more fucked up than one hostage? What if we had 100,000?
5 million hostages.
What if we had 1 million? Or like, what if there was a whole planet in that was cool and interesting and original, I thought.
And hey,
this
you know
is just
what?
Like, yeah.
I would argue that there's no better way to fucking Game of Thrones in its most infamously shit episodes did this better, where they show you all of the innocent townsfolk being incinerated. And I'm just watching this, and he just karate chops a robot, and it explodes. And he's like, I just killed 1 million people. And I'm like, okay.
Who care? Who gives a shit? I don't care.
I'll have to take your word for it, I guess.
Yeah, like you hear a bunch of screams when he does it. Am I supposed to be shocked
by this? Not my life!
Like, oh, these poor people.
My daddy!
I don't know. If I had seen episodes 1 and 2, would I be crying right now? Because the Doctor doesn't seem to care that much. By the way,
he just karate chops it and you just hear like, I'm a veteran. I'm a school teacher.
I work for the NHS.
I'm really nice.
I put all of the nicest people you know in this robot.
I do also need to mention the fact that the fugitive Doctor is like, but the passengers are forbidden, as if Swarm and Azure are going to be like, oh shit!
Oh no, we're doing a war crime. We're violating the Geneva Convention.
We give up.
We'll go quietly now that you remind us of that.
We cut outside to Vinder, who is on the phone or whatever, and he's like, he just killed one of the passengers. Dan, you need to get the Mori on the space phone. And then we go back to the Ravagers inside, and Swarm is like, I'm not afraid of your group, the Division. I know the dirty secret. A planet called Time. This is why I don't think Atropos is on time.
Is this they're going to go to a planet?
Although I
called
guess
Time?
the episode is called Once Upon Time, so
Time.
maybe it is.
I think so. I do like that the Doctor is a part of Tom Clancy's The Division, a group of elite sleeper agents ready to strike and take action at a moment's notice when a vaguely leftist anarchist threat surfaces or whatever.
And then Swarm walks over to another passenger and goes,
That's another one! Am I supposed to be upset about it? I feel like Ricky Gervais. Are you disturbed? Do you hate? Do you not like that? Do you not like want to kill 100 million people?
He tells the Doctor that the greatest battle in existence is the battle between time and space. And time will never surrender to space.
Wait the fuck? Okay, this is the monologue. This is the monologue that is
this where I wrote words?
For 1 billion years, time and space, we have been arbiters of space, and we will destroy your precious time, and there will be a reckoning of time and space.
How can one destroy time?
I can't. There was 2 episodes ago that I was saying, oh, it's so nice that Doctor Who, never worries about the rules or implications of time travel. It's just what if we went to Victorian times and there was a funny thing that happened? And now there's
Victorian times. How can times be Victorian?
Where are we? And when are we? And time versus space.
It'd be pretty cool if Kyle XY got to be a companion.
I think Kyle XY would be a really good companion. I think the Doctor would be appreciative of his unique perspective.
So Dan calls the Doctor on the space phone and says, okay, the Maury are ready. And then there's a third passenger that starts glowing with a golden light. And the Ravagers are like, no, there's Maury in there? And the Doctor says, yes.
Yep.
We swapped the third passenger for a passenger full of Maury, and they're ready to stop you. And I don't know when we did that, but when we did it, we didn't bother swapping out the other passengers.
That's fine. We have to sacrifice a couple million people to let this plan work. And the Maury are going to get you.
You gotta break 3 million eggs to make an omelet.
The Maury's are going to get you so good when they stand there and do nothing. When they just stand there.
I don't know what they do. The Maury pop out, and then the Ravagers are just like, no, I hate that. And then Dan walks in with a horizontally wielded laser battle axe and shoots a fucking cage out of it.
Good
and
doggy.
Then they're like, oh no, I should have been worried about that guy. I did say in my notes that this was my cool time moment.
Do we have to start doing cool time moments now?
Let's do cool time moments.
Let's do cool time moments. I guess this is also my cool time moment is when
okay, that seems
Dan the doggy
cheating, but okay.
Dan the doggy man. Okay, no, my cool time moment was Weeping Angel Zero, the video game.
So they capture the Ravagers in laser cages, and then back in the void, the Doctor says, she literally says, I know the solution. Same problem, same solution. Let's just do what we did then now.
Somebody, Chris Criminal, sat down at his desk. He sat down at his computer. He had a nice big cup of coffee, and he said, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write episode 3 of series 13 of Doctor Who.
I mean, he probably had a carafe of coffee for this episode.
He had a carafe of just all
That's why
of
the dialogue
drugs.
is spoken so fast, because he wrote so much of it.
He had a carafe of every drug and a big cup of lean and a big
He goes
cup
up to
of
Jodie
gum.
and he's like, Jodie, I need you to read this at triple the speed you normally would, because there's a lot of it.
He was eating a big bowl of word salad, folks. Am I right?
He was standing awake on a pizza.
He was in his big pizza bed and he was up late and he said, oh God, the episode of Doctor Who is due tomorrow. I gotta write it in 30 minutes. What if I just write words? She says that she needs the Maury to... Is this her telling the Maury to get into the passenger? Before? Or is this another thing?
No. This is her saying, because the whole plot of the episode up to this point is her sitting in a time hole trying to figure out how to save her and her friends from the hostage situation that they're currently in. And finally, in this moment, she's like, oh, this is so convenient. I'm sitting in this time hole with 3 Maury.
Who we,
and
as
the
we
Maury
know,
were able to overpower the Ravagers before. So why don't you just do it again? And the more you're like, okay.
All right, I guess.
But this is also weird, because there's 3 Mori, and she's like, I need 4 Mori.
I know, where's that 4th one come from?
And I was like, oh, where are they going to...
It's Sam,
irrelevant.
Did you notice that, like, near the end of the episode, there's, like, 8 of them, all standing, still doing nothing? And
what the fuck ever?
Like, where...
But now we go to sector coordinates, and Belle is here.
Do you like pina coladas?
And she jumps into hyperspace, and she looks at the map, and she says, well, the Dalek zone is bigger than ever, the Sontaran zone is bigger than ever, and the Cybermen zone is also bigger than ever. And then her ship is attacked by Cybermen. And then she's attacked by 15 Cybermen,
and she kills
ducks
them
behind
so
a corner,
easily.
And she just shoots them all. And then her guns start to break, and she's like, "No, I'm gonna get a little bit more shots out of these guns." And then she kills all the Cybermen, and she's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Where are the stakes? Where are the stakes? Where are the stakes? Where are the stakes? Why can't you just kill 15 Cybermen like nothing? Why can't you do that?
There can't be any stakes. I don't give a shit about this character. I don't know who this is. Which I guess to be fair, that's not the show's fault. That's our fault.
This is the problem, though. This is what I'm saying. Where they're like, you know what's more scary than one Cyberman is 1,000 Cybermen. But what if you can just shoot them? The whole thing is that they're hard to
when
kill.
She sees the army of Cybermen from up on that cliff, and she's just like, oh no. And she just shoots them all dead.
Like, we watch in the episode Army of Ghosts, the Cybermen, like, take over the Earth, and you go, oh, fuck, because, like, you know that they're really dangerous.
And one of them is elected to the Parliament of Leeds or whatever.
What if the Cybermen was like, we are going to tooth you up. We are going to be fun and flirty. And then she, for some reason... She falls the fucking, who do you work for?
No. I'm sorry. We are misrepresenting this scene.
Yeah.
She does a tactical role.
She does do a really
cool
that's
why she wins
because she has iframes and she fucking what are you planning? Because she's like, the universe is shrinking, all the worlds are going away, we have to unlock the keyholes or whatever.
Oh, you know when you said like a million Cybermen? The Cyberman that she's interrogating says that there are 7 billion Cybermen.
Chris, that's so many of them. Wow, that's such a big number you came up with.
Wow.
What if there was 7 trillion Cybermen?
That would be even more!
Whoa, Chris! Damn!
Wait, sorry.
Yeah. Trillion is more
than
that
would be more.
That would be more.
Shit.
And more, the more Cyberman, the cooler.
That would be so many.
So many. Wow.
So she says, this is where we're at. She says, what is the flux doing to time? And it says, the flux event affected the planet time. And she literally says, I don't know what that means. And then they move on.
If we had seen episodes 1 and 2, would we be enjoying this right now? No.
No, because the reviewers hated it. Nobody liked this episode.
And then before the Cyberman, the Cyberman's like, we do not care that I don't remember what Cyberman voice is. I always just wanted the Dalek voice for them. That's not right. But they're like, we do not care that all Cyforms are going away. We want to convert all remaining life forms into Cybermen. And then Bella's like, and then what? And then they're like, I don't know. It does not matter.
We do not care.
And then what is your mission, human?
I need to log it for the records.
Reasons. This is like remember on the podcast Unabashed Book Snobbery about Game of Thrones, whenever they would do the episode summaries, and it would just be like, they would do, character X does thing for reasons. That's literally this whole fucking episode. It's just, Doctor puts them in the hole for reasons.
And Grey Worm is here. We've had a lot of Game of Thrones comparisons, which is really nice when you like Game of Thrones.
Everybody likes Game of Thrones.
So
what's Belle's mission though?
Yeah, she says that her mission is love, and the Cyberman goes, "No."
Can you explain? Because can you explain to me why Belle didn't just say, "I'm looking for my man"?
Because that's how she sets up when it says love is not a mission. And she goes, love is the only mission.
No, why did you do that? Who are you doing? Who are you trying to impress, Belle? It's just you and a Cyberman on this ship.
He's at his typewriter. He's had 5 pounds of coffee, and he's like, and then she says, the mission is love, and it says love. No, it isn't. And then she says yes, and then she kills
it. How did this guy write Broadchurch? I keep asking myself this. What happened? Did he get hit on the head?
The Grand Serpent! The Grand Serpent of Lapdog! So the Grand Serpent meets with the Alforians, who unfortunately are not Alf. And
he's like, I'm gonna do something so evil right now. What's his name? Velka?
Vinder, it's in my notes.
Turn off the recording device.
Okay, but this is so fucking stupid, because earlier, when Vinder is like, appointed to bodyguard, the Grand Serpent is like, and you will record all of my meetings, and Vinder's like, okay, and the only reason that that's a thing is so that 5 minutes later in the episode, the Grand Serpent can be like,
turn off my recording. And then he's like, but my protocol, and he's like, you will do as I say.
So the Grand Serpent says, there's 9 people that you're sheltering. 5 of them I want you to send back to here to face justice for treason. The other 4 are my enemy's family, and I want them dead in a quote-unquote accident. And Vinder's like, I thought my boss was nice!
I thought the Grand Hitler was nice! Oh, man! And then afterwards, Vinder is having like a crisis of conscience where he's like talking to Not Yaz about like, I need to report the truth. I need to tell them.
It's so funny though, because Not Yaz was in that conversation. She was literally
there.
Standing there listening to all of it. Frowning. And he's like, I need you to report what the Grand Serpent said and did. And Yaz is like, there's no evidence of it though. And he's like, my word is my evidence. And
doesn't
it's like,
work
okay,
like that.
She was also
there. And he's got like a hollow file, and he's like, please, because remember, they're in their time streams. And so he's like, don't make me have to relive this moment, what I thought he was going to do was he was going to not submit the report.
Yeah, I was very confused about that, because he keeps saying that. It's like, don't make me relive this. Don't make me relive this. And it's like, this is his moment of triumph. And his yeah, he gets punished for it. But like,
does he regret doing this? Was the Grand Serpent a really nice guy all along?
He's like, oh man, I got my boss in trouble. That's really scummy of me.
Jeez. And I guess they like put him on a ship jail, and he's allowed to record one message for Belle, his girlfriend or wife or whatever.
Yeah.
He says he's like, I did the right thing, and he's on a little jail ship or something, or he's in a little satellite.
Yeah, he's like, Belle, I'm not going to be home for a while, but he doesn't say Belle because it's still supposed to be suspenseful. It's supposed to
be so surprising when you learn who he is.
Which is so funny, because literally I was watching the episode and I was like, all I can think is that she's looking for Vinder.
Yeah.
Because that's the only character that there is that it would make sense for her to be looking for. But I was like, that's so obvious that there has to be a twist at the end where she's like,
be a twist.
I will find you, Dan, and we'll be like, whoa.
Fuck, that would be
but then
so
she's
cool
like,
if Dan was the man.
I'm on my way, Vinder. And I'm like, yeah.
The rest is up to you, Desmond.
So Space Marine Vinder, who is not Vinder,
cool.
tells the Doctor time is correcting itself, and then the Doctor is like, Dan, give me your laser axe. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and he gets so annoyed that he turns into a puppy dog man.
He turns into a little puppy, and we go, oh, puppy.
Oh, they were all puppy men the whole time.
They're all puppy men the whole time. A doctor was a cop with puppy men.
Back in the time hole, the Mori tell the Doctor, like, okay, we're all ready to do the thing that we did before. I don't know why it didn't occur to us to do it, considering we were the ones who did it. But thank you for telling us to do it. We'll do it. And the Doctor's like, wait, I need to see more of my past. I need to find out who I was.
What is time?
And they're like, no, you can't. You'll die. And she's like, please. And they're like, no.
No.
But then she appears somewhere else. And there's some lady here.
Yeah, there's a lady. And I don't know who she is.
I don't know. God?
Yeah, she said, maybe God? Is she the Judeo-Christian God?
It might be God.
It might be God. I mean, the Doctor has definitely met God at some point in her life, right? Like, there's no reality where the Doctor hasn't met God and been like, I know who she is, and then everyone would go, whoa, and that would be like the moment. Like, what's that? I don't remember what I lost.
I know what you're referencing. You're referencing the fucking Thomas Jefferson Tumblr fan art where Thomas Jefferson is wearing a Hatsune Miku binder and a shirt that says, I met God, she's black. That's what you were going to say.
Right. I think there was a J.K. Rowling tweet like that too, just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the lady is like, you need to give up, Doctor. It's pointless. The damage is done. As intended.
Apparently, this whole thing is to stop the Doctor. It's all about her again. Yay.
But so the lady says the flux wasn't enough. So she's being very vague, and she's not saying who was behind anything. But she says like the flux wasn't enough, which is why the Ravagers were introduced to the situation. And the Doctor's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And the lady says...
the viewer, says, what the fuck are you talking about?
The lady says, this universe is over, Doctor, and if you have a problem with it, you should take it up with yourself. The fugitive Doctor is behind it. Like, maybe?
I guess. Okay. If you insist.
I gotta say, I don't really know the limits of the regeneration's effect on the Doctor's personality. I didn't think that one day Matt Smith would die and then wake up as a lady who would be like, you know, a minute ago I was shaking a snow globe and going, I gotta do a thing. Shop. But now I think I'm gonna destroy the universe.
I'm gonna break time, I think.
I'm different now. I'm gonna destroy the universe. I wouldn't have done that with my last self, but...
Y'all mind if I break time?
I mean, I don't know. We still don't know what the hell is going on here, but... The lady just says the flux was man-made and it was because of you. And then she like waves her hand dismissively and the Doctor just reappears in Atropos. I kind of liked this part for the Doctor like unraveling here where Yaz is like, Doctor, we're saved. You did it. And the Doctor's like, let go of me. I gotta go back in. And Yaz is like, what are you? I don't know what you're talking about. And the Doctor's like, goddamn right you don't. You don't understand shit, you idiot.
I'm so tired. I want to fall asleep.
Get your pizza ready.
Yeah.
But Swarm and Azure are here, by the way.
Why are they here?
They're just standing there.
Why are they here?
They were holding them hostage. That's the framing of the episode.
Why were they? But weren't they in a big time cage or something?
That's probably relevant. We probably would understand that if we saw the first two
Everybody,
episodes of Flux.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense if you had seen the first.
But
episode.
They're just standing here. They are not incapacitated. They are fully capacitated, and they're just standing here.
Nobody has ever been more capacitated in their life.
Well, Doctor, did you have a fun field trip through time? And they pull off their masks, and she's like, Miss Frizzle, 2 of her. The one from the original and the one from the reboot.
CGI Frizz.
No way. They say that they brought her here because they knew what she would do. They knew that she would get the...
They knew that she would do what? Wait, what did they know she was going to do?
They knew that she...
No. Help me. Yeah, what was she going to do?
And then
what did the Doctor do in this episode, please?
And Swarm says, the flux wrecked space, and now we've disrupted the flow of time. And Dan says, no, you haven't. And then Swarm laughs and goes, Dan Lewis. I do love when people say Dan. What the fuck was that? Oh no, that's right. Because this is the payoff to something that made no sense earlier that we tried to make it make sense by spoiling it. He pulls out a passenger and says, I have Diane in here.
Just to fuck with Dan the man?
I guess.
You're gonna fuck with Dan, my boy Dan? Why didn't they go and get Belle?
Because Dan is like,
why didn't they
Dan is like, and then the Doctor's like, no. And then the Doctor says, what do you want, Swarm? And Swarm says, we wish to reign in hell. And he snaps his fingers and they vanish.
They're all...
I had a question, by the way, earlier, or when you were watching. I told you to write down the timestamp when you understood what was happening in this episode.
It's 49 minutes, and... no. Here, I'll write down what I wrote. I put it on our Discord. Join our Discord, by the way. The link to join is at the bottom of every episode. Okay, I wrote... 6 minutes 27. Here's what I wrote. The Doctor and companions are at the city of Atropos. There's a temple with some magic time aliens called the Mori who have control over time. The evil bad guys are killing the Mori to destabilize time, which they successfully do. This event is known as the Flux, where time gets super fucked up and the apocalypse happens and Daleks invade and all this other crazy shit happens. A bunch of other bad stuff just happened. The Doctor and the crew are traveling to Atropos to stop the evil bad guys from killing the Mori, thus saving time as we know it, but because time is all fucked up, they keep traveling back and forth in some kind of time loop. And then I revised later, like about 10, 15 minutes later, 20 minutes in, I said, all the characters are flashing through time and space, revolving around their lives or something, including the Doctor, who's experiencing being the fugitive Doctor, which is like a previous incarnation that only exists in this fucked up timeline.
Okay.
I'm still convinced that that's who the war.
I think that's about right. For me, I didn't write down because I was just taking my notes. For me, it was 28 minutes. So but you beat me, which does mean that you're stupider than me.
But I still don't know, because I thought that the Ravagers were the ones who caused the Flux, but now I don't know, because apparently they are like fighting for space and they hate time, and there's a planet called...
Wait. No, they said time will never... Wait, what?
I thought they were pro-space.
No, they said that they... What?
Are they
time?
pro-space?
They said time will never surrender to space. What?
Okay.
I gotta get out of here. So the four of them walk sadly through the temple, the four of them being the Dr. Vinder, Dan, and Yaz. And Vinder is like, yo, is that a fucking TARDIS?
He gets so excited about the TARDIS because he wants to go hang out with his pregnant wife or pregnant GF.
But he doesn't. And so... Dan is like, we gotta get Diane back, and the Doctor's like, we will, I promise. And she says, okay, here's our goals for episode 4 of Flux.
when Sarah and Jordan roll it after the end of this episode.
Get Diane, stop the Ravagers, find out what the Flux is and what it has to do with me. And Yaz is like, what do you mean what it has to do with you? And the Doctor's
everything
like,
has to do with me, Yaz. By the way, Yaz test 0 out of 10. By design.
Wait, was Yaz in this episode?
Yaz was in this episode. They did not end up.
To be fair, only the Doctor did anything in this episode.
I kind of feel like only the Doctor is going to do anything in this whole arc, but okay. I just love the idea of a companion saying, a plot point in New Era Doctor Who is revolving around exclusively you and nobody else, and the Doctor says, of course, everything in the whole fucking universe revolves around me, because I'm the Doctor and I'm so important.
The last thing that happens in this scene is that a floating triangle floats down to the Doctor and says...
It's like, are you good?
And it's like, can you repair? And the Doctor's
Daddy?
like, I hope so. I don't know.
It's like I think it says time priest or triangle priest. I literally think it's a triangle priest.
I think it said triangle priest. That'll probably make sense when we watch episode 2 next week.
It's going to be so fucking cool. We're back with Bell.
This is where Bell plays Vinder's message that he recorded earlier on his gross shit.
And this is where she
literally
says...
it was to her.
She literally says, like...
Nobody.
She's literally like, both of us will be there soon, my beloved. Me and the fetus which grows inside me.
Me and your beautiful as yet unborn child. Hey, she's rubbing her belly and there's no child here. You can cut the words as yet unborn and I'll know what's happening.
Me and our child rubs belly.
I got it.
Or you can, fuck it.
Thank you.
Just say, we will be here, rubs belly. Get it, she's pregnant. Fuck off, Chris.
How does she know the child's beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
She hasn't seen it.
Well, maybe that's what the Tamagotchi is for. It's like what will my baby look like.com or whatever. You just
she pulls out Tingy or whatever its name is, and she's like, will you be cute? And it's like, no.
No, it's her Tinky Turner.
So they take Vinder back home, but it's been destroyed by the Flux, and he's like, I gotta find...
It doesn't look that bad, if I'm being real. It just looks...
Yes, it does.
It looks post-apocalyptic. It looks like... whatever. I need to find my beloved wife and our as-of-yet unborn child.
I have a question for you.
No, I don't want to answer any questions right now. What?
It's a very simple question. Don't build it up in your head. The Doctor gives Vinder this, like, communicator or something and says, like, if you need us, just press 0. Is this a thing?
No. It's never a thing. It's sometimes it's a thing. But
it's a syncophone.
Yeah, it's a fucking syncophone. He has to press it. He's like 5. He has to press the button 5 times. And it only sends calls. It can't receive them.
So they leave him behind, and he says, Bell, I'm not giving up. And Bell says, Vinder, I'm not giving up. And then this is the best scene in the episode because Yaz is checking out her new lock screen, which is a picture of a weeping angel on the
I
TARDIS.
am sure locked, and then a picture of a weeping angel.
And she drops her phone, and the weeping angel pops out of her phone and is standing there. And the Doctor and Dan walk around the corner, and they're like, "Hey, Yaz, what's going on?" Oh,
And once
no!
again, oh no, weeping angel, don't blink! And then they all just proceed to like look everywhere in the room besides the weeping angel.
No. And Lauren tells me that this is a thing that the weeping angels can do. It's making the lights flicker.
Yeah, we saw them do that in Flesh and Stone when they
didn't have a flashlight,
fucking...
But the important thing is that the weeping angel, with each blink of the lights, it goes,
it starts piloting
I got
the
the
TARDIS.
controls, I got the TARDIS. And then the Doctor goes, oh shit, the angel is in control of the TARDIS. And that next time on Doctor Who, we're in a village in the 1800s, and we gotta get the angel. What the fuck does this have to do with anything?
Surely, by the way, I'm 100% sure now that I think about it, that in a later episode of the Flux arc or whatever bullshit, I hope they never do this again, by the way. Never again. Never do this bullshit, like, never do an arc again like this. This sucks. But I hope later that Sir Topham Hatt with his cool gun shows up and he's in a later episode, and on the space mines of Mars or something.
I'll say for the record, I'm not against an arc. I've said that before. Just make it be good. Don't make a piece of shit arc that sucks.
But it's better when it's one-offs. It is better when it's one-offs, or it's like 2 episodes. And if they want to have, listen, I don't like when Moffat was like, every episode the villain ends with, and when the question is asked and there's an eye patch lady, I wonder who that is, keep watching. But at least that's like, you can block that shit out if you don't want to pay attention to it, and at least that, like, theoretically you get a little bit of A and B, right? You get a
well, this episode's not getting either of those.
No, you get a self-contained episode, and okay, there's a thing going on in the background. If you want that, that's fine. They did that in Eckelman's episodes, and it was fine. They did it in Temmin's episodes, and it was fine. But this is like, they never did this before. They never did a full season-long arc, and I hope they never do it again. Chris, log off, go back to writing small-town crime thriller, or whatever the fuck you do. Don't do this again. You are my enemy. You're the worst Doctor Who showrunner, and I hate your Doctor Who. I think it's bad.
Jordan, what rating would you give
F.
this?
This is the worst episode we've watched so far by like a country mile.
You cut out. Did you say A?
I'm gonna say D- only because I want to have hope in my heart that we never find something worse. But I have to believe that somewhere out there in the vast expanse of Doctor Who, there is a worse. Somewhere. Maybe there's an episode worse than this one, but this episode was trash, and I hated it. I had no
I'd
fun.
be willing to bet that there are worse episodes than this. I'm going to give this episode a D-, which I think some people would say doesn't exist, but we clearly agree that it does.
You know how, like, you're talking about, Lauren has seen the one episode that is, like, widely regarded as the worst episode. That episode, I would rather watch that episode twice through.
Well, we're going to watch it next week, probably.
Yeah, probably. Like that episode
I'm going to give
sucks,
this a D-. There were a few parts that I did legitimately enjoy, but not because they were good, because they were funny.
Yeah.
But, hey, there were parts that made me laugh. I hated the episode. D-.
It was so incoherent, and that was really like an episode can suck, an episode could be bad, but this was just like it was impossible to parse, and that was just like, that is a point at which I can't have fun watching a bad TV show when it's impossible to follow.
Well, let's find out if we're going to have fun next week.
Oh, okay. I want a Matt Smith episode next week. I want something
clicking the button.
Stupid.
Here we go.
And dumb.
Ooh, this might be a Matt Smith. This number looks like it might be in his range. It is a part 2 of a 2-parter.
Ooh. What do we got?
I am mistaken. This is a Tennant episode. This is from Series 2. Let me double check because I'm almost always wrong. 174B. Oh, what a title. We are going to be watching Series 2, Episode 9, The Satan Pit.
What the fuck? I have no memory of that episode. What? Hold on, I want to look at a picture of this and see if I can...
The episode is set on Krop Tor, a planet orbiting a black hole.
Oh, there's Ood in this episode. We can finally see the aliens that are kind of yucky. You'll like them. They're kind of interesting.
This episode was aired the Saturday after 6606.
Huh, Satan Pit. I've no memory of this episode. It's a
Got good reviews.
Rose is in it. Well, it's David Tennant. Most of them were quite enjoyed. It's a pretty solid run. All right, well, that's something to look forward to, I guess. I'm so tired.
You sound so hopeless.
I'm just I'm not even kidding. Every week we roll an episode, I'm dreading that it's gonna be a Jodie Whittaker episode. I'm sorry. But
Ranskor Kolos
I know
fucking ruled.
Ranskor Kolos is a good episode. I know, but even as good as it was, even if it was good, I hate the way this show looks. I hate the budget. I hate the color grading of this show. I hate everything's got to be so. I hate that it's a fucking Avengers.
Good news, because the Satan Pit was before the stupid bus, so that means that the show was not yet in HD.
I'm so glad. Legitimately, this is not. We watch, Doctor Dances. Genuinely love the way that episode looks. I love the way older post reboot Doctor Who looks. I love the way that the classic Who looks as bad as it looks. It's just nice. It makes me think that there was effort that went into this that was not if I can throw $1 billion at a TV show, it'll be good. Fuck this shit. I hate that. I hate it. I'm so angry. Okay. Sam, let's wrap this up. Let's thank our patrons who
if you like this show, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/poddingbros, where $1 gets you a mildly special Discord role marking you as a person who is lightly coated in slime. I was about to say something from our last podcast, but that's not true anymore.
You're a puppyman of the show.
Gets you access to all of our bonus content. Soon we will have our episode up on The Horror of Fang Rock Part 2.
I guess we're recording that tomorrow.
Or I guess Parts 3 and 4, I should say.
I can't wait to find out what that eyeball monster looks like.
$5 gets you a pretty special Discord role marking you as entirely covered in slime and gets you a shout out in the podcast, and you can send us a message that we'll read in one of our many, many funny voices. $10 gets you all that plus an incredibly special Discord role marking you as a companion of the show made of slime, which lets you listen to the podcast live while we record it. And Jordan,
yeah,
we have a message this week. It's for me, but I forgot. I was about to go in the wrong order. I got to do this first. Thank you to our $10 and $5 subscribers: Cassidy, Destryhawk, H. Cabe, Dan Big Challenges Silva, JCH, Roy, Stephanie B, Stephanie Karen, and Tasty Sea Sponge. And Jordan, we got a message this week for me. This is from Dan. This is a request for Kyle voice for me. This is a post from Every Teenagers on Tumblr. I'm rotating it in my mind. It's beautiful. Puppy Dog Town, Puppy Dog Village, Puppy Dog City. I wanna go.
Don't know what that's about, Dan.
It's from Every Teenagers.
But if you want it, there you go. Money well spent.
It's like a funny Tumblr post. It's weird.
It is pretty weird.
It looks really old.
The whenever I think of a post that involves the word rotated, I just think of the gif of the person tilting the shark and it says "Get rotated, idiot," and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Jordan,
yeah,
we're hosted on Noisepace.xyz.
I like Noisepace.xyz.
What?
I said I like Noisepace.xyz.
Me too. Go to Pot of Greed if you want to hear them talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
I was at our Discord server. And Dan, not Dan the man, Dan the friend, said that he was listening to Jerkin, which you should never do, by the way. Don't ever listen to it, especially not the first 4 seasons.
Never go to secretlifepod.com.
And he was like, the episode I just listened to, you told everybody to listen to Pot of Greed, which had just started, and it's been going for 5 goddamn years.
It's got to be the highest episode count on
it has to be.
Now.
There's so much Yu-Gi-Oh! There's so much of it. Anyway, go listen to Pot of Greed. They're watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, which is the motorcycle one. You should listen to Wow Cool Robot. I'm actually, by the way, going to be on Wow Cool Robot for a little bit in next month because we're going to talk about the OVA War in the Pocket, which I've heard is quite good.
It's a weird
so that'll
title.
Yeah, I know, right? It's about the Gundams playing jazz, and they're right on rhythm.
Here's an idea. It's a GIF, and it says "Get rotated, idiot." It's me when I turn a Gundam.
You said Turn A Gundam, and I got excited because I was thinking about how good Turn A Gundam is. If you just say it to me, I'm like, yeah! Yeah, I love Turn A Gundam! Damn, that robot's so cool, he's got a mustache!
We're on co-host at Dr.
Tumblr.
Ha. We're on Twitter
Tumblr.
at Potting Bros. I'm on co-host at Positive Stress. Jordan's on Tumblr at Punished Breakfast.
Yeah.
We're also on Tumblr at Dr. Ha.
We reach out every week to the denizens of Tumblr, and we say hello. We are here to entertain you. Please don't get mad if we are mean to your favorite doctor and or companion. I'm sorry. We're just having a little bit of fun. Is that
Sorry,
it?
I just scrolled down and I saw. Never mind.
Sam?
Anyway,
we are in a godless space. This episode.
this is not a place of honor.
This is not a place of honor. No good. What's the quote? Like no good deeds have been inscribed here. Something is something enshrined here. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was what I was referencing when I said this is not a place of honor.
Yeah. But we can make it a place of honor if you could lead us in a prayer. So do you think you
Please
could
rise?
Please rise. Okay. Rise.
May your life flow. Sorry. Gonna stop.
Do you know what's funny? This episode sucked so much that you're not even complaining about having to say the prayer. You're like, yes.
I don't know if my mic picked it up. My stomach started growling really loudly there, and I was like, hold on.
Hungry for more. Yes.
Really
more
hungry.
doctor.
May your life flow like a river. May your days smell sweet as a rose. May your nights be calm and still as a pond. May you be as lucky, tipped my invisible fedora, as an ace in a game of blackjack Harkness. And may the doctor light your path through time.
And also Dan the Man.
And Dan the Man. May Dan the Man slash 6 sea devils at once.
And when your day is over, all has been concluded, you will look upon your life and you will say, yes.
I just had one marth of a day.
And you'll say, wow, this was Rory cool. Really? Taylor Swift.
Bye.
Bye.
I hope we like the Satan pit or whatever.
We're in a godless space already. We're in the Satan pit.
Bye.
Bye.